All right, good morning, students. Hope you all had a nice, restful spring break. Ready to go for another week of e-learning here. Okay, guys, today we're going to talk about lesson 9.4, which is composition of transformations. Our objectives today, because we're really going to just focus on objective 1 for this lesson. Like many of the lessons before, guys, we're just focusing on the coordinate plane. So draw glide reflections and other compositions of isometries in the coordinate plane. Guys, that word isometries that we read there, that's just what we've been working on. Any reflections, translations, rotations, those things are isometries. Okay. When a transformation is applied to a figure and then another transformation is applied, that result is called a composition of transformations, guys. Just two or more transformations. Okay, guys, the first one we're going to work on is a translation, so along a vector and then a reflection in the coordinate plane. And that one has a specific name. It's probably the most common. This example, guys, is your footprints. That is a glide reflection, okay? You've got that vector, your distance and direction you're walking, and then you've got a rotation is how your other footprint looks. And you translate it, you rotate it, and that's what your other foot looks. Okay, so that's called a glide reflection. So that's the first one we're going to do. It's a composition of a translation and a reflection. Okay? So looking at this first one, we're going to graph a glide reflection, which is, again, a translation to a reflection. So let's work on the translation first again. So we're going to take triangle JKL, which has vertices at 6, -1, 10, -2, and 5, -3. J, K, L. And doing our best to connect these guys. Again, I understand when you guys turn in these homeworks, a lot of you guys probably still won't have graph paper, which is totally fine. See, even I just made a mistake drawing that. Just do as best you can, connecting the dots. Okay? On your own graph, guys, sketches they're sufficient. Okay? So how do we do a translation? Whoa, having some technical difficulties here. Again, you take the original point, so J, 6, -1, and to translate it, you're just adding the x and y coordinate of the vector. So 6, it'll be +0, and -1 +4. So J prime, I'm going to color code these actually. So J prime will be what? 6 + 0 is 6. -1 + 4 is 3. So that's where our point, after the translation, our point should be at 6, 3. Just moved up 4 units. Okay. For K was at 10, -2. So again, you add 0 to the y, or to the x, add 4 to the y coordinate, and you've got your point K prime is going to be at 10. Well, -2 + 4, 10, 2. Okay. And lastly, L was the 0.5, -3. So again, same translation, add 0 to x, 4 to y. 5 + 0, guys, is 5. -3 + 4 is 1. So plotting that point K, 10, 2, 5, 1. Here you got J prime, K prime, L prime. Everything just went up 4 units, just changing the y direction. Okay, so that was after our translation. Now we've got to reflect in the y-axis. If you guys remember doing reflections here, it's just a matter of counting how far it is from the line of reflection. So example, guys, L is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from the y-axis, so the reflection should be 5 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was at 5, 1. Now it's at -5, 1. That's the point L double prime. K was at 10, 2. So it's 10 units if you're counting all the way out here. It's 10 units to K prime. So I guess the reflection in the y-axis is going to be 10 to the left, or -10, 2. So it's K prime. Nope. Some technical difficulties. K prime there. And J, or K, that's double prime. That's our second move. J prime was 6 units to the right, so we need to go 6 units to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6 units to the left. -6. And that's our reflection. So, guys, what do? We translated, then we reflected. So that is a glide reflection. Okay? We translated it. That's what this red ended up being. And then we reflected about the y-axis. That gave us our blue triangle. Okay? So if you're asked to do a glide reflection, again, you're going to have a translation vector and then a line you're reflecting over. Could be the x-axis, the y-axis. Could be y equals x. We've seen those reflections before. So, all right. Okay, guys, 9-1. Again, just kind of describing composition of isometries, which we already talked about. Let's continue on to another example here. Guys, this is a composition of isometries. This one, it looks like we're looking for a reflection in the x-axis and then a rotation 90 degrees about the origin. So looking at, let's graph this segment first. It's just a segment CD. C is at -7, 1. D is at -3, 2. Okay. So let's reflect in the x-axis. That was our first move here. Reflect in the x-axis. Line of reflection, guys. The x-axis. So we just need to find out, how far above it is, and then we're going to reflect it below. So C, guys, 1 unit above the x-axis, so we need to shift it 1 unit below. So our C prime point is -7, -1. D prime would be, well, it's 2 units above, so we go 1, 2 units below. There's D prime. -3, -2. Okay. That was the first first transformation. So the second transformation is going to be a rotation 90 degrees about the origin. You guys remember a 90-degree rotation. Your point goes from XY to just flipping and changing the sign. So it's going to be, well, it'll be -y, x. So flipping and changing that first sign. All right, so what's that going to mean for C prime? C prime is going to become, flip the ordered pair and change the first sign. So 1, -7. 1, -7. That is C double prime. That's after the reflection, or sorry, the rotation. And then D double prime is going to be, again, flip the ordered pair and change the first one sign. So 2, -3. So guys, any of these compositions of isometries, it's just combining two or more transformations. Guys, those same transformations we worked on last week, we're just combining them. The problems will state clearly, you know, what you should do, which one you should do first. Okay, you're just combining the rules that you learned in those 3 lessons last week. Okay, homework today, 7 through 12 on page 655. Again, I'll put a screen capture of that into the textbook for you all. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Guys, discussion board's going to be up if you guys have questions, all right? Feel free to put anything in there that you need for some help. All right, have a good afternoon. Thank you all for watching.